It's Madden NFL 23, and the spotlight is on the Cardinals' leader at quarterback. He's coming off a quality showing last week, well over 300 yards in that one. It's the Cardinals and the Bucs, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The Bucs at 5-3 now on the year. They coming off the loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple of months, CD. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And they're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 2nd and 5. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Morgan's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now Morgan. And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. And he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'd been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Morgan off of play action. Now he'll escape to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. To throw again on 2nd down. Morgan. He finds Hopkins complete. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Cook up the gut. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They'll look to throw again. Complete right side to Otten. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play. And
in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go right back to Singletary. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 2nd down, Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Otten brings it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 4. And this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this 1st half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Morgan to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Throwing now is Morgan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. Remaining in this 1st half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Forced out to his left. And oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much, but what they did get was enough for a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points. Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee in the final couple of seconds. Will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. 3 touchdown passes there for Trey Lance. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, They've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the 30 on second down, Morgan. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Set to throw is Morgan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. From the 45 on second down, Morgan. The catch made by Hopkins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On third down, they go with Singletary. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Arizona. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start first and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 47 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He doesn't have the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cards will take over first and 10. On first and 10, it's Morgan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now Morgan. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Morgan. And that is incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Arizona. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offense is trying to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Morgan sets up to throw on 1st down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Morgan looks to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Singletary here running out of the gun to the 36-yard line. Stop there. From the 36, Morgan. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On the handoff, it's Singletary. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Right back to Singletary on second down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This from 36 yards out. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out come the Bucs now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Out of the gun now on third down. It's complete to Cook. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Going for the deep ball. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. They'll set up a throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Well, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Back to the ground, Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. Give them 18 on the play.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. He'll look to throw. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Throwing now is Morgan. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Morgan. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Morgan to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Morgan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Morgan as he'll try and throw for it. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. From the 39, Morgan. And Graham's got it over the middle. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Set to throw is Morgan. Now they set up the screen. That's good. Singletary loses it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They start the drive with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 57 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Up the middle, it's Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll set up to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and that'll keep this a 19-point game. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong. You're
exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. First down, Morgan with it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Morgan. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. From the 30 on 2nd down, Morgan. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Morgan. And that'll be incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Morgan. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. On the move to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Morgan looks to throw it. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Get a look at receiver, and now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's the option going right. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And this was about as close to a shutout as you can get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, this was the next best thing, just the field goal. That's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well, because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.
So for the Bucs, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.